They thought it was just a quiet road trip through the woods. But the road never ended. And something was waiting for them. These are not campfire tales. These are real, disturbing stories of people who took a wrong turn and never truly came back. Watch till the end because the last story might just make you question what's behind your own walls. Eli and Darren had been driving for 9 hours. The interstate was packed. Too many trucks. Too many red taillights. They pulled off onto a side road. One of those narrow stretches of cracked pavement that slices through trees like a scar. No signs. No lights. No other cars. Just their headlights. And the occasional flicker of a shadow. Between the trees. Darren laughed. This is how horror movies start. Eli smirked. Then we are the dumb ones who keep driving. 15 minutes in, they passed a mailbox. Rusted and bent. No house. Just thick forest. Eli slowed. Something was on the road. A deer. Still. Standing directly in their path. It stared. Eyes wide. Motionless. He honked. It did not move. He flashed the high beams. Still nothing. Then it turned its head. Not away, but toward them. Its mouth opened slightly. Too wide. And something inside shifted. Not a tongue. Not teeth. Something else. Stepped backward. Into the woods. Without blinking. Darren's voice was tight. Drive. Right now. Eli hit the gas. The road twisted. Turned. But every few minutes, they saw it again. The deer. Same blank stare. Same wide mouth. Waiting. After the 4th time, they realized the truth. They were not moving forward. The same broken fence. The same fallen tree. The same deep pothole. They were looping. Stuck. Eli stopped the car. Turned off the engine. Silence swallowed them. No wind. No crickets. Not even their own breathing. Then, from behind the car, a soft knock. What? Then again. Darren turned. Face pale. A hand was pressed against the back window. Not human. Too long. Too thin. Fingers like branches. Skin like bark. The hand slowly dragged down the glass. And that was when the engine started again. On its own. Eli's foot was nowhere near the pedal. The keys were still in his lap. The dashboard lights glowed. The radio flicked on static. A slow, broken voice crackled through. I let you in. Both of them stared at the radio. Then at each other. Darren whispered, drive. Do not stop again. Eli slammed it into gear. Tires kicked up gravel. Trees blurred past. But the road never changed. Same broken fence. Same mailbox. Same deer. Now lying in the road. Its eyes followed them. But its head never moved. Eli swerved. The car bounced. Darren screamed. They hit something. Not the deer. Something larger. Eli stopped. Smoke hissed from the hood. The car lights flickered. He got out slowly. Darren begged him not to. But Eli had to see. The road was empty. No deer. No person. Nothing. Except for the handprint. Pressed into the hood. 5 long fingers. Sunken deep into the metal. Still warm. Darren shouted from the car. Eli turned. The back door was open. And the seat was no longer empty. Darren's voice cracked. Get in. Now. Eli ran. Threw himself into the driver's seat. Slammed the door. Locked it. The thing in the back seat was not moving. But it was breathing. Shallow. Wet. Like air through broken pipes. Darren did not turn around. His eyes were locked forward. I can see it in the mirror. Eli glanced. Just for a second. It was not a person. It wore skin like it borrowed it. Eyes too black. Face stretched like wax over wood. Its mouth moved. But no sound came out. Then it pointed. Ahead. Back down the road. They had already driven. Again. And again. The car moved. Eli did not touch the wheel. The thing in the back seat was guiding it. Every tree they passed leaned inward. Every shadow reached closer. And then, the road ended. Dead stop. A drop-off into nothing. Just fog. And space. The car halted inches before the edge. Silence. Eli turned to the back seat. Empty. Only a torn strip of fur. And a handprint on the window remained. Darren sobbed quietly. Are we out? Eli looked up. The deer stood on the edge of the cliff. Its mouth open wide. Inside. Dozens. All watching. Eli turned the car around. And drove back through the trees. This time. The fence was gone. The mailbox was crushed. And the deer never returned. They found the highway. Eventually. Neither of them spoke the rest of the way. But every night since. At exactly 2:13 a.m., Eli finds a handprint on the inside of his bedroom window. He wipes it away, locks the window again, checks every corner of the room. But the handprint always comes back. Same size, same direction, pressed from the inside. Darren moved away after the trip, changed his number, deleted every photo of them on that road. Eli tried to forget, but he started waking up with dirt under his nails, pine needles in his bed, and once, a deer's eye, glassy and whole, resting on his pillow. He wrapped it in a towel and threw it in the river. But that night, he heard breathing from his closet. Not heavy, not human. That same wet, broken sound. Now he sleeps with the lights on, TV playing static. Salt poured across every windowsill. But he knows, he never really left that road. And the thing that rode with them, it never left him. Because some shortcuts do not take you where you want to go. They take you where something is waiting to follow you home. Eli started marking each new handprint with the date, a tally scratched into the window frame. By the third week he stopped counting. Neighbors said they heard footsteps on their roofs at night, whispers in the trees, the sound of hooves on asphalt, though there were no roads nearby. One morning Eli found deer tracks circling his house. But the steps were wrong. Too long, too deep, almost as if whatever made them was dragging itself. Then Darren called. For the first time in months, his voice was flat, quiet. I see it too now. Eli's grip tightened around the phone. The handprint. No, Darren said. Worse. It watches from the mirror. It stands behind me. Every time I blink. They agreed to meet. One last time. To find that road again. To end it. But when Eli arrived at the meeting spot, Darren's car was there. Door wide open. Keys still in the ignition. Inside, on the windshield, was a handprint. And scratched into the glass. Just one word. Stay. Eli stepped back from the car. His breath caught in his throat. The trees around him were silent. No birds. No wind. Only the sound of his own heart, pounding too loud. He circled the vehicle. No Darren. No sign of a struggle. But in the passenger seat, a trail of pine needles, leading out, back toward the trees. Eli followed them, each step sinking deeper into the soft forest floor. The sky above faded gray, like dusk had arrived too early. And then, he found it. A wall of branches, woven tight like a nest. An entrance barely large enough to crawl through. Inside, the air was colder, wet. It smelled like rotting leaves and copper. And in the center, a shirt, Darren's, folded neatly. On top of it, a deer's skull, its jaw still wet. Eli stepped back. His foot cracked a twig. Something moved behind him. He turned. Nothing. Then again. To the left. A flicker of something tall, thin, walking on limbs that bent the wrong way. He ran. Branches slashed his arms, his legs. He tripped. And when he stood, he was back on the road. The shortcut. The one they swore never to take again. And waiting in the middle of it was the deer. But this time, it wore Darren's face. Its eyes were wrong. Too wide. Too human. The mouth twitched into a smile. Darren's voice came out, but slow like dragging a needle through water. You came back, Eli. Eli stepped back, but the road behind him was gone, replaced by trees. Thick, twisted, moving. He was surrounded. The thing stepped closer. His legs still hooves. Its chest still fur. But that face, it should not speak. You left me there. It smiled wider. You brought it with you. Eli screamed. Ran. But every path led back to the road. To the deer. To Darren. Until finally, he collapsed. The forest leaned in. The sky blinked out. And everything faded. Into the sound. Of breathing. Wet. Broken. Close. When Eli woke, he was in his bed. But the windows were gone. Only bark. And dirt. And silence. And from the closet, a whisper. You live in the walls now. From that day on, no one saw Eli again. His apartment stayed untouched. Lights flicked on by themselves at night. Neighbors complained of scratching sounds in the walls. Something moving between the studs. Something that whispered. They said you could hear a voice muttering names, repeating them over and over. One of them was Darren's. Another was yours. Because some roads do not just lead somewhere. They take something with them. And sometimes, they bring it back. So if you ever find yourself on a road that was not there before, with no signs, no lights, no reason to be there, turn around. Because if you do not, you may end up like Eli, still breathing, still whispering, still waiting, behind someone's walls.